everyone. Ready to unpack some seriously juicy stuff. We're going to take a deep dive into this list of 15 signs you will be rich.
Ooh, yeah.
But hold on. Before you think this is some get-rich-quick scheme,
Right.
it's not that at all.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be fun to kind of dissect these signs, see what patterns we find.
Absolutely.
It's more about the journey than the destination, right?
I think a lot of people are curious about wealth building, but
Oh, totally. I mean,
it's easy to get caught up in those
Yeah.
flashy headlines.
Exactly.
This is more about looking at the long game, the habits and mindsets that actually contribute to
Right.
building wealth over time.
Okay, so first up on the list, it says hard work.
A classic.
Right. There's no surprise there.
Makes sense.
But here's the thing. I was reading somewhere that just being busy isn't the same as actually being productive.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right. So how does this sign kind of tell those two apart?
Well, the source really emphasizes putting in targeted effort. It's less about just clocking in hours
Yeah.
and more about making sure your work is actually aligned with, like, your goals.
Right.
Think of it like this.
Right.
Throwing darts randomly
Yeah.
versus, like, really aiming for the bullseye.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that makes total
You
sense.
gotta have a target.
It's not just about grinding away. It's about grinding away at the right stuff.
Exactly.
Which, honestly, I think we've all been there, where we're like, I'm working so hard,
Yeah.
but am I working on the right thing?
Right. Are you moving the needle?
Yeah.
Are you getting closer to where you want to be?
Okay, so the next sign on this list is taking calculated risks.
Interesting.
And I got to be honest, this one makes me a little nervous.
Yeah.
I'm more of a play it safe kind of person.
Sure.
So how do we know, like, what's a smart risk versus just, a not so smart one?
That's a great question. And the source actually gives a really good example to illustrate this.
Okay.
Think about entrepreneurs, right? They often face setbacks and challenges.
But they don't just give up.
Right.
They're not just recklessly gambling. They're assessing the situation.
Okay.
They're thinking, okay, what are the potential downsides here? But also, what are the possible gains?
Right.
It's about informed decision-making, not just blindly jumping into something.
So it's not like picturing some high-stakes poker game.
Right.
It's more like, I don't know, strategically investing in yourself. Like maybe taking a course to learn a new skill.
Absolutely. Or volunteering for a project that kind of pushes you outside your comfort zone
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
and might get you noticed.
So it's about that potential return, right? Like, is this investment worth it?
Exactly. Weighing those pros and cons.
Okay, see, now that feels way less intimidating and more like something I can actually, apply to my life.
Totally.
Which actually brings us perfectly to the next point, this whole investment mindset thing, which it's not just about saving money, right?
No, it's bigger than that.
It's about, they really hit hard on this compound interest idea, which is kind of like small actions over time can lead to...
Huge results.
Yeah.
I love using the snowball analogy for this one.
Oh, okay. Tell me more about that.
You know how a snowball starts small,
Yeah.
but as it rolls, it picks up more and more snow,
Right.
and it just gets bigger and
Oh,
bigger.
yeah. I can picture it.
It's the same with investing.
Starting to get it.
Even small, consistent investments can grow significantly over time.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to remember that snowball.
It's a good visual.
It is.
Helps to make it real.
But I will admit, sometimes it's so hard to resist that instant gratification,
Oh, I totally get it.
Like, yeah, maybe I could skip that daily latte and invest that money, but that caffeine hit, it's calling my name.
Right. We all have those temptations.
So how does the source say we can deal with that? Like, that struggle with wanting things now versus later.
It's about shifting your perspective a bit. Instead of focusing on what you're giving up today, think about what you're gaining down the road.
Ooh, I like that.
That small daily investment.
Yeah.
It could mean financial freedom later on, or reaching that dream vacation sooner.
Ooh, a vacation.
That's a good motivator.
Something to look forward to.
It is.
It's about playing that long game.
Not just chasing those quick hits of satisfaction.
Exactly.
Actually, you know what? This kind of makes me want to ask our listeners something.
Okay, go for it.
What's one thing you'd be willing to delay gratification for to achieve a bigger goal?
I love that.
Like, it could be financial, career-related, even just personal growth.
That's a good one for everyone to think about.
Yeah. What are you willing to wait for?
Definitely.
Okay, so this kind of segues perfectly into the next sign,
Great.
which is all about continuous learning.
I like it.
And the source points out that a lot of successful people, they're like voracious readers,
Makes sense.
always soaking up new knowledge.
Just stay ahead of the curve. Exactly. But it doesn't have to be like boring textbooks.
No way.
Right.
Yeah.
It could be podcasts like this one.
Right.
Or even just trying a new hobby, like learning to code, starting a garden.
Exactly. Whatever sparks your interest.
So it's about expanding your horizons.
Absolutely. And the cool thing is, learning can be fun.
Yes.
You know, it could be tailored to what you're into.
Totally.
And you never know. That new skill you pick up could even turn into a side hustle or even a whole new career.
Whoa. Okay, so we're talking turning knowledge into potential income now.
Okay, exactly.
Which leads us to the next sign.
All right, hit me.
This one's a bit more tactical. It's multiple income streams.
Okay, interesting.
And the source talks about creating this financial safety net,
Smart.
right? And also accelerating your wealth building by having different sources of income.
Diversification is key.
Right, but isn't that a lot to juggle?
Well, it's not about spreading yourself too thin.
Okay.
It's about strategic diversification.
Okay.
You want to choose income streams that align with, like, your skills and passions.
Oh, okay.
So it feels less like work and more like you're expanding on what you already enjoy.
So it's like building a portfolio
Exactly.
of income-generating activities?
Yes, a portfolio of income.
Not just piling on random gigs.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
You want to be intentional about it.
And this actually connects to the next sign, which is networking.
Ah, networking.
Yeah, and the source says that your net worth is often linked to your network.
It's all about who you know.
It is, right?
Hmm.
Like surrounding yourself with ambitious and successful people.
Yeah, it can make a huge difference.
But I know networking sometimes gets a bad rap, so how can we do it in a way that feels authentic and not, sleazy?
It's all about genuine connections,
Okay.
not just transactional relationships. It's about finding common ground, sharing knowledge, offering support.
Yeah.
Maybe it's attending industry events or joining online communities.
Right.
Or even just reconnecting with old colleagues.
So it's more about building relationships than collecting business cards,
Exactly.
which feels a lot more, approachable.
For sure.
Okay, get ready for this next one. It's kind of surprising.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It says you're comfortable with failure.
Oh, wow.
And honestly, this one threw me for a loop.
I can see why.
Like, who wants to be comfortable failing?
Yeah, it seems counterintuitive.
Right. But the SARS, they're saying it's
Yeah.
not about enjoying failure. It's
Right.
about reframing it.
Yes, feedback.
Exactly. They're saying successful people, they've often faced setbacks. They've learned from those experiences.
They don't let it stop them.
Right. They see failure as, like a detour on the road to success.
Yeah, it's part of the process.
Got a roadblock.
Exactly. You got to keep moving.
Okay, so it's about that resilience to bounce back,
Absolutely.
which, let's be honest, is something we all need in life.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Not just when we're trying to, build wealth.
Life throws curveballs.
It does.
Got to be able to roll with them.
And speaking of bouncing back, this next sign feels super relevant.
Okay, what is it?
It's about avoiding unnecessary debt.
Yeah.
I think we all have that good debt versus bad debt idea in our heads,
Mm-hmm.
but it's easy to get caught up in those, tempting credit card offers.
Oh, yeah. They make it look so easy.
So how does the source approach this whole debt thing?
It's about being mindful of your financial obligations.
Okay.
Making choices that align with your long-term goals. The source really stresses the importance of understanding the difference between, like, investments that appreciate over time
Yeah.
and debt that just drains your resources.
Okay, so give me an example.
Sure. So, like, taking on a loan to invest in a rental property, that could be considered good debt
Oh, okay.
because it generates passive income, right?
Right.
But racking up credit card debt on, like, impulse purchases,
Ooh, yeah, that's the bad one.
that's going to hurt you in the long run.
So it's not about avoiding debt completely.
No, not necessarily.
It's about being strategic.
Exactly.
Understanding those long-term implications.
You got it.
Okay, I'm digging this.
That could.
This next one may be my favorite. It says, you're disciplined with money.
Ooh, discipline.
And I feel like there's this misconception that being financially disciplined means depriving yourself.
Right, like you can't have any fun.
But I see it as more about making intentional choices,
Absolutely.
managing your finances wisely.
It's about empowerment.
Right.
You're in control.
Yeah, like you're making your money work for you, not against you.
Exactly. And the source, they highlight the importance of budgeting,
Yeah.
setting financial goals,
Mhm.
making conscious decisions about where your money goes.
Okay, so it's like, I have a plan.
Exactly, a roadmap.
Not just, oh, where'd all my money go at the end of the month?
We've all been there.
We have.
It's about taking charge.
Love it. Okay, this next sign is all about that entrepreneurial spirit.
Oh, I like where this is going.
It says you focus on solutions, not problems. And they use the example of entrepreneurs, like spotting gaps in the market, coming up with solutions to meet those needs.
They see opportunity where others see obstacles.
Right. And I feel like this goes beyond just business.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a mindset.
Totally.
You can apply it to anything.
It's about that problem-solving attitude.
So instead of dwelling on the problem, it's like, how can I solve this?
Exactly. What are the options?
And that's powerful.
It is. It's empowering.
And speaking of powerful resources, the source also talks about understanding the value of time.
Time, the most precious resource.
It is, right. It's about prioritizing efficiency, maybe delegating tasks when you can, and really focusing on those high-value activities.
The things that actually move the needle.
Yes. We all have the same 24 hours in a day.
That's true.
But it's how we use that time that makes all the difference.
Couldn't agree more.
So be intentional with your time.
Don't let it slip away.
Wow. Okay. We covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We did.
And we've explored some really cool stuff
Really?
like hard work, calculated risks, continuous learning, smart networking, that power of discipline, and of course the value of time.
Can't forget that one.
But don't go anywhere.
Oh, no.
We've got even more fascinating signs to uncover when we come back.
I can't wait.
Welcome back, everyone. We're diving right back into these 15 signs you will be rich.
Let's do it.
And, you know, I'm excited to get to this one because we kind of touched on it earlier.
Okay.
This whole you're passionate about what you do thing.
Yeah, passion is huge.
It is, right. The source was saying that a lot of successful people, they built their fortunes doing stuff they actually loved.
It's true.
It's like that saying, find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you're passionate about something, it doesn't feel like work, you know? It's energizing, it's fulfilling.
Okay, so the source is basically saying that passion fuels that persistence.
Absolutely.
Like that inner drive to keep going even when things get tough.
Think about it. When you're truly passionate about something,
Yeah.
aren't you more likely to put in that extra effort?
Totally.
Overcome obstacles, to stick with it for the long haul?
And we see this all the time with entrepreneurs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like those stories where they poured their heart and soul into building these businesses they truly believed in, and they faced rejection, setbacks, all that stuff.
But they kept going.
Exactly.
Man,
It wasn't just about the money for them.
it was about something bigger.
It was about purpose.
So it's about finding that sweet spot
Yeah.
where your talents and interests and like what the world needs, they all come together.
It's powerful stuff.
It is. And it makes me think, okay,
Yeah.
this next sign goes hand in hand with passion.
You're right. What is it?
It's you're persistent.
Persistence.
And, you know, building wealth, it takes time, it takes effort,
Definitely.
and it takes this willingness to keep going even when it's tough.
There's going to be bumps in the road.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But you got to keep moving forward.
We all have those moments where we hit a wall and we're just like, ugh, I want to give up.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
So how do we cultivate that, like, unwavering determination? What does the source say?
It's about building resilience,
Okay.
that ability to bounce back from setbacks and just keep moving forward.
Give me some examples. Like, who are these resilient people?
Well, the source points to all these successful people throughout history
Okay.
who faced challenges but refused to give up.
Like who?
Think about inventors whose early inventions totally flopped.
Oh, yeah.
Or athletes who trained like crazy even with injuries.
Right.
Or artists who got rejected over and over but kept creating.
Their stories are so inspiring.
They are. And they remind us that persistence is key.
To achieving anything, really.
Exactly. It's not just about wealth, it's about life.
Okay, so setbacks aren't the end.
Nope.
They're opportunities.
To learn, to adapt, to come back stronger.
Love that. And speaking of adapting, this next sign is you embrace change.
Ooh, change is the only constant, right?
It really feels like it these days, especially with how fast the world's moving.
Things are always evolving.
Yeah, and it seems like if you cling to the old ways...
You get left behind.
Exactly. So how does embracing change tie into this whole wealth building thing?
Well, the source says that successful people are often the ones who can, like, anticipate trends,
Oh!
spot those emerging markets,
Yeah.
and adjust their strategies.
Give me an example.
Sure, think about the rise of the internet and e-commerce.
No.
The people who jumped on that early, they were able to capitalize on those opportunities.
While others were stuck in the past.
Exactly.
It's kind of scary how many industries have been totally disrupted by technology.
It's true.
And it feels like that's only going to accelerate.
Yeah, the pace of change is incredible.
We got to be able to learn and unlearn and relearn.
Lifelong learning is key.
It is. Which brings us to the next sign.
All right, hit me.
You seek out mentors and role models.
Mentors.
I've always believed in the power of mentorship.
You too.
But sometimes it feels kind of intimidating, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like reaching out to someone you admire.
It can be scary.
So how do we find these mentors? What does the source say?
Well, it's about identifying those people who embody the qualities and skills you want to develop.
Okay.
And then being proactive in reaching out to them.
Like how?
Maybe you attend industry events or join professional organizations.
All right.
Or even just send a thoughtful email.
Oh, okay.
Expressing your admiration and your desire to learn from their experience.
So it's about putting yourself out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? Most successful people,
Yeah.
they're actually happy to share their knowledge.
Really?
Yeah, they want to help others grow.
That's good to know. It makes it feel a little less scary.
It's all about that connection.
Okay, this next one might be my favorite on the whole list.
Oh, I'm excited to hear it.
It's you have a positive mindset.
The power of mindset.
I know, right? And it seems like more and more people are realizing how important mindset is.
Absolutely.
Not just for wealth, but for everything.
It's foundational.
Okay, so how does a positive mindset lead to financial success? What's the connection?
Well, the source says that a positive mindset helps you attract opportunities,
Okay,
overcome challenges, and just stay motivated.
I can see that.
When you believe in yourself
Yeah.
and your ability to succeed,
Mm-hmm.
you're more likely to take risks, to persevere, to attract those positive outcomes.
It's like that saying, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Exactly. Your beliefs shape your reality.
It's powerful stuff, but I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It's hard to stay positive all the time,
Oh, absolutely.
especially when you're dealing with negativity or setbacks.
Life throws curveballs.
Now, how do we deal with that?
It's about developing those habits that help you cultivate a more positive and resilient mindset.
Okay, like what?
Well, the source suggests things like practicing gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
surrounding yourself with positive people,
Good one.
focusing on solutions, not problems,
Right.
and doing things that bring you joy.
So it's about creating that positive feedback loop.
Exactly. Small habits that reinforce a more optimistic outlook.
I like that.
It's about recognizing that you have the power to choose your thoughts.
Wow, that's deep.
It is. It's about taking control of your inner world.
Okay, before we move on,
Yeah.
I want to circle back to something we talked about earlier.
Okay.
This whole you're comfortable with failure thing.
I remember that one.
We talked about reframing failure as feedback,
Mm-hmm.
building resilience.
Right.
But I'm curious, do you have any, personal stories or anecdotes
Ooh, good question.
that really illustrate this concept?
You know, I've always been fascinated by J.K. Rowling.
The Harry Potter author.
Yes. Before she achieved massive success,
Yeah.
she faced so many rejections from publishers.
Oh, wow.
Imagine the resilience it took to keep believing in her story.
And to keep going despite all that.
Exactly. It's a powerful reminder that success often comes after a series of failures.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our ability to learn and grow from those experiences.
That makes all the difference.
Absolutely.
It's easy to get discouraged
Oh yeah, I know that feeling.
when things don't go our way.
But it's the people who keep going, who persist.
They're the ones who ultimately achieve their goals.
It's true.
And it reminds us that success is rarely a straight line,
Nope, it's a winding path.
with twists and turns and detours.
Exactly. Embrace the journey.
I love that.
It's all part of the process.
Okay, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
I want to recap some of the incredible insights we've uncovered.
I'm all ears.
We've talked about passion and persistence.
2 peas in a pod.
They are, right.
Mm-hmm.
And embracing change, seeking out mentors, the power of a positive mindset.
Huge.
And of course, that crucial lesson of reframing failure.
Love it.
But don't go anywhere. We've got a few more fascinating signs to explore when we come back. And we're back for the final stretch of our deep dive into those 15 signs you will be rich.
Woo! The grand finale.
It is. And, we've already unpacked so much good stuff
Much
about mindset, habits, that whole resilience thing.
It's all connected.
But we've still got some pretty intriguing signs to explore.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, this one really stood out to me. It says, you give back to others.
Ah, that's a good one.
The source was emphasizing philanthropy.
Giving back, paying it forward,
And using your wealth to, make a positive impact.
leaving the world a better place.
It is interesting, right, how this shifts the focus from personal gain to something bigger.
Yeah, it's about larger purpose.
So I'm curious, does the source talk about how giving back can actually help with wealth building?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Beyond just feeling good.
Right, it's not just about warm fuzzies.
So what's the connection?
Well, the source suggests that being generous can open doors to new connections, build goodwill,
Okay.
even lead to new business opportunities.
I can see that.
Think about the reputation that comes with supporting charities
Right.
or investing in, social enterprises.
It's not just about writing a check
No, it's about aligning your actions with your values.
and making a real difference.
Exactly. It's about walking the walk.
And it makes me think of that abundance mindset we talked about,
Yeah. The idea that there's enough to go around.
and that giving can actually expand your capacity to receive.
It's a beautiful cycle.
It is. It's a shift from scarcity to abundance.
From not enough to more than enough.
Okay, this next sign feels really relevant, especially these days.
Okay, let's hear it.
It says, you value experiences over material possessions.
I like that one.
We've all had that feeling, right? Where you buy something new and you're super excited,
The initial high.
and then it just fades.
Yeah, the novelty wears off.
So the source is talking about shifting from material wealth to experiential wealth.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that true fulfillment comes from experiences.
Okay.
Relationships, personal growth.
Not just stuff.
Things come and go, but experiences shape who we are.
So invest in travel, education, those meaningful connections.
Those are the things that create lasting memories.
And they make life richer.
More fulfilling.
Absolutely. I think about all the amazing experiences I've had,
Yeah.
and those are the things I truly treasure.
Not the stuff gathering dust in the attic.
Exactly. And those experiences, they shape us. They broaden our perspectives.
They give us stories to tell.
Okay, this next sign is super interesting to me.
Okay, I'm ready.
It says, you have a strong sense of self-worth.
Ooh, self-worth.
And we often connect wealth with external validation.
Like, I'm successful because I have all these things.
Right. But this sign is saying, no, true wealth starts from within.
It's an inside job.
So how does that work? How does self-worth connect to wealth?
Well, the source says that believing in yourself, knowing your value,
Yeah.
it's crucial for attracting opportunities.
And for making those confident decisions.
When you have that strong sense of self-worth,
You don't settle for less than you deserve.
you know your worth.
And you go after your goals with everything you've got.
So it's like building that inner foundation,
That unshakable belief in yourself.
which helps you weather any storm.
It's about recognizing your inherent worthiness.
Okay, before we wrap up this incredible deep dive, I want to touch on one last sign that really brings all these concepts together.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's you take ownership of your financial future.
You're in the driver's seat.
It's easy to feel overwhelmed by all the financial stuff, right?
Oh yeah, it can be a lot.
But this sign is about taking control.
Making informed decisions.
Yeah. So educate yourself, create a budget, invest wisely.
Build that solid foundation.
It's about being proactive.
Not reactive.
So we're not just passive bystanders.
No way.
We have the power to shape our financial well-being.
It's about empowerment.
And it's about shifting from that scarcity mindset.
To one of abundance and possibility.
Well, we made it. We've reached the end of our deep dive. And what a dive it was.
I know, right? I'm feeling super inspired.
Me too. It's been an amazing exploration.
We've learned so much about mindset, habits, all those actions that lead to not just financial wealth.
But a truly fulfilling life.
Exactly. Remember, these signs, they're not guarantees.
Right.
They're more like guideposts.
Pointing you in the right direction.
It's about the journey, the learning, the growth.
And using these insights to create the life you want.
That's a perfect note to end on.
I think so too.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive, everyone.
Until next time.
See ya.